Hello and welcome to the live stream. I am your host TCG here with my lemonade and my tea, and I am very unsure whether I should be doing this tonight. So there is a reason, okay? Now, as many of you know, last night I cancelled the stream, which will be this one. And the reason for that is because I have a new video out, which is this one. Now, you might recognise that thumbnail if you're a member of the channel, because you would have seen this a few days ago. You would have had the audio version. The full version came out today. However, I had some issues with the editing process, which meant I didn't go to sleep until about 4 o'clock this morning. And then I was up again at about 5:45. So I've had like about 2 hours sleep. My wife will tell you I got up later. Should probably say about 10 past, 6:15. That's probably about right. So I've had about 2 hours sleep. So I am absolutely foobod. I micro sleep. So I am kind of glad that I'm starting it now, because if I was starting it at 10 o'clock, I probably wouldn't make it through. But who cares? Who cares? I needed to get this done. So if you haven't already, go and check this one out. This was a massive doozy to research. It's a massively has a massively shocking twist to it, which I think if you are an enjoyer of true crime, you will enjoy the twist. I tell you what, I don't want to spoil it too much, even though I've already explained it in previous streams. But if you're catching this on a replay and you haven't seen the previous ones, yeah, it's a good twist. It's a good twist, and there is a positive outcome despite everything. But yeah, anyway, let's see who we've got here tonight. So we've got Maverick with his trademark butts. We've got Janet here. I'm watching your new video, then we'll be rerunning through your previous work tonight. Best wishes to you, all your love and followers worldwide, and to you too, Janet. You don't. It's been a while since we caught up. I hope you're doing well. We've got Marina with a couple of retracted messages, and then Nico. I feel like I've been waiting years for this stream. 12 years in Azkaban. Well, your sentence is up now, and you are here, ready to go. Now, I might have to, just before I continue, I might have to take a little quick break at some point just to top up my tea, because I'm going to need as much fuel as I can. I am running on steam. But I made that. Anyway, Marina, good evening. How are you doing, Marina? You all right? We've got Mr. Gently Benevolent calling me late and that way inclined. Yes, well, I fancied a change. I had a bit of a relapse, you see. We've got Not Moriarty here as well. And I'm sure we will have some of the more regulars popping up as we go. I can't wait for TCG to tackle the case where Phoenix defends the adult actor Richard Thruston. Ooh, I don't know who that one is, though. I'll tell you who I am looking at next. A little bit of an exclusive for you guys here this evening. So, now I've got my Nicole van den Herk video out. I'm going to start researching a case that I've been wanting to do for a little while. And that's the story of Daniel Lugo. Now, if you are familiar with the 2013 film, Pain and Gain, it starred Mark Wahlberg and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Anthony Mackie. That was based on a true story. And when I watched that film recently, I didn't know it was based on a true story until right at the very end, when they're like, you know, this is what's happening with the actual criminals. So I had no idea that this thing actually was a thing. And I was doing some rudimentary research today, and I've actually found the pen pal website for one of the convicts. Yes. So I promptly reached out to Bizarre Bazaar and asked him if he's still doing pen pal stuff, because that would be interesting if he wrote to them and got a response. But yes, anyway. If you're here on the replay, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, because we are trying to get to 500 subscribers, so we can do the fancy monetization stuff here for, you know, like the super chats and the members and that stuff. 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours gets you all that other stuff. But this is a little pet project of mine. And good evening, Burnsy, how you doing? And also, you guys in chat, make sure you've hit that like button as well. Let's do all that algorithmically friendly stuff, shall we? Excellent. And if you are enjoying the series so far, as I say, this channel is not monetized, but there is a pinned comment at the top whereby you can drop me a little tip if you like. It's no obligation, but is massively, massively appreciated. Mr. Gently Benevolent will tell you it's mandatory. I suppose he's correct. I don't argue with my fans. Followers. Anyway, guys, shall we crack on? Shall we crack on? Let's do it. Let's do it. While I'm still awake. Oh, I just looked him up. That would be a great case for you to do, TC. Yes, I reckon it's going to be a bit of a meaty one, but I will, I need to cover that one. March 22, 9:14 p.m. Gatewater Hotel Corridors Hotel Room. I'm so tired, I can't remember how this left off last time. I know it left off in a cliffhanger. It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? Oh, that's right, because it was quite late, wasn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Mystic Maya. These things take time. I'd probably say not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right. She's a bit sad, isn't she? Why does this child have a coffee machine? No, this isn't her room. This is the killer's room. Juan Corridor's room. Edgy was sending 4chan to the rescue. I'll tell you what, if you need somebody to track someone down, they are the people. If you're unfamiliar with, there's a YouTube creator called Internet Historian. Now, I'm sure some of you will know who that is, but if you don't, look up his video on He Will Not Divide Us. Okay, it was if you remember when Shia LaBeouf did that flag thing, he put a flag and hid it somewhere. 4chan. It's just amazing how they did it. Rightio, the real killer. So the real person who killed Mr. Corridor was that assassin, Mr. Shelley the Killer, right? And the card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely right, GB. It was like 5 parts. That's right. But if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired the killer to begin with? Who was his client? You mean, who asked for the murder? That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still a killer. It's true. It's very true. It's very true. Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews? I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself? Yeah, that's a good point. But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then... No, it can't be. Matt on Guard himself? If Mr. On Guard really did hire the assassin... You leave AA alone, Pearl. Do you know what? I think we're going to be leaving her alone. Because the story really is starting to... But then again, you know, is it him? You know, is there another twist? Is there a... I don't know. Maybe he hired him. Maybe he hired the assassin to take his own life out. Then he is not innocent at all. Far from it. He would be guilty of the crime. But it can't be Mr. On Guard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him... Do I play Minecraft? Not really, mate. Not really, no. I used to play it years ago. Me and my mate, actually, we had this whole world where we found this little plot of land. I built this massive house. He built a really cool house as well. And we had like an underground tunnel system. And it was really fun. It was really fun. Until one day, my boy, bear in mind, he was only about 3, I think, 3 or 4. He decides to get on creative and plant TNT all around my house. And you can guess what happened next. So that was the last time I played it properly, and that was about 10 years ago. Mr. On Guard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Corridor? Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Corridor, okay? Why is it not free by now? I don't know. I didn't see any sight clocks at that time. Maybe it was the Mexican who hired the assassin, but being foreign, he got the word for samurai wrong and ended up saying ninja, so he got himself... Ah! See... Yeah, I'm thinking it was Juan Corridor. Maybe Matt On Guard did nothing wrong. Actually, that reminds me. Did you remember something, Mr. Nick? Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. TCG, be careful about pen paling. There's a book called The Last Victim that was written about someone's experience sending letters to John Wayne Gacy, and it almost ended up in an intimate visit with him. Ooh. Well, don't worry about that, Nico, because on this person, I can't remember his bloody name now. Yeah, I can't remember. My brain is just fried at the moment. And on the website where it's got his like pen pal details, like it's got his details, and on there is like sexuality straight. So don't worry, Nico. I don't think it will come to that. Don't you worry. Plant TNT. You don't mean physically like in your house, right? No. In Minecraft. And I don't mean in Minecraft as in the meme when you say Minecraft. Like I'm gonna hurt you in Minecraft. Like literally, he loaded up the PlayStation, loaded up my save game with my mate, and he blew up my house. And I kid you not, we had spent months building this because we were literally like, we're not going to do creative, we're not going to go into creative. We're going to do everything from scratch. So we were going out and resourcing stone, iron, diamonds, all that stuff. So we were doing that, and he was mortified when I came back and I loaded it up, and he was like, "I'm sorry, Dad," and I was like, "Nah, it's fine." Yeah. He also deleted my wife's Animal Crossing save data back when she had a DS, and that was like 7 years worth of save data. Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. Something interesting? What on earth could that be? So what is this interesting thing? Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, Pearls? Juan had bet everything on the Jamming Ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Wow, how embarrassing! I bet that crime lad. Sorry. Yeah, it's all water under the bridge now. It's all water under the bridge now. It is funny when you look back at it. It is actually quite funny. Mr. On Guard's secret? What's his secret? I don't know yet. Why don't we go and ask him? But for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Corridor was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. On Guard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Corridor silenced. Oh dear, are we not believing our client, Phoenix? Which means we have to meet with Mr. On Guard. There's no way around it now. It's only a game. Why you have to be mad? Here's the thing, right? I wasn't mad as such, but I was more like, there was so much work that had gone into it. And I tell you, my mate's house, it was absolutely pucker. He fair play to my boy. He left his house untouched, all right? It was just my house that he obliterated. But what I will say, which is actually quite sweet, was a few days later after I'd finished work, I come home, and he was like, "Oh, Dad, I want to show you something." And he loaded it up, and he basically had done his best to rebuild the house from scratch. And bearing in mind, he was only like 3 or 4 at the time, and I was just like, "That's so sweet. That's so sweet." March 22, Gatewater Hotel hallway. Wow, it really is getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it's past 9 PM already. You should be in bed, young lady. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of this secret Mr. Corridor held about Mr. On Guard, and Miss Andrews' real intentions. Those are two things I must know tonight. But aren't visiting hours over at the detention centre? I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. By that age, I was having corporal punishment. March 22, Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall. Should have rat-a-tat me. Hey, wait!
What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Like just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel.
That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Gumshoe made. I'm sure I meant to ask this at the beginning of the series. What's with the Nick Phoenix thing? Is Phoenix just a nickname? Yeah, so... Yeah, Nick. Short for Phoenix. Like, yeah. His name is Phoenix, right? But it's like a nickname. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. But the request came from Edgypoo, so...
Edgeworth?
And he said...
If you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer.
So, I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you.
Although I'm sure it didn't hold a candle to what you guys had already created. That is very sweet. Nah, do you know what? It was very colourful. My building was very bland. It was mostly like wood and like stone. But I had all sorts of rooms. I had an armory. I had like a potions lab. I had like food and food. I had like rooms like kitchens and stuff like that. I'd make cakes and take it over to my mates. My mate actually, I think he had like trapdoor rooms, but yeah, we had this like underground system, so like we could just hop in a minecart and just zoom straight over to each other's places without having to walk. Ugh, gee, thanks a bundle, Edgeworth. What a pal you are. Right, to be fair, Phoenix, you were saying that he was dead. All right, you were telling people that he was literally dead. So like, I would say that you're probably worse, just on that basis. All right.
Oh, this is absolutely top secret, so you had better keep it to yourselves. I heard they found a spy camera hidden in one of the presents.
Huh. Very interesting.
I'm sure it was. You know, it was to catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting.
Scandalous? What's that?
It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan.
Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? Hey, in Phoenix's defense, Miles's note was very dramatic. Yeah, very true. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. But I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Corridor.
I'll let you in on another little secret, young'un. I know who planted that spy camera.
Guarantee it was, yeah, of course it was.
It was that obnoxious, puffy-haired photographer girl. The nerve of some people. Spying on people by herself, as if I wouldn't want to see it for myself, too.
Why does she roll her eyes back, man? Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change. Chinese spy camera. Except it worked.
I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet that it's nothing good.
But I didn't say anything.
So, you want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two.
Refreshing like a spring breeze? Lotta is turning up at crime scenes almost as often as Jessica Fletcher. Indeed, indeed. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? TCG, heard about Storm Agnes? I think my wife mentioned something about it this morning, but it was very much in passing. 80 mile an hour winds. Pathetic. I fart faster than that. Oh?
I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard.
That manager?
Who are you talking about?
Nico, look up Murder, She Wrote. Jessica Fletcher is the main protagonist. It's Angela Lansbury, played by Angela Lansbury, Bedknobs and Broomsticks fame. She plays a fictional crime writing author who just so happens to be at the scene of every single murder, wherever she goes. And so, yes, I have a theory, and it is right, that she is, as Mr. Gently Benevolent says, the world's greatest serial killer.
That manager? Who are you talking about?
I'm not. Oh man. Oh, Boomer. Oh man. Now I feel old. I used to watch that. I watched it all the time as a kid. It's actually pretty good. I'll tell you another good program that I used to watch back in the day. Right. It's surely you guys know who Dick Van Dyke is, right? You know, come on, Mary Poppins. Well, he had a show in like the 90s, sort of, I think maybe early 2000s, perhaps, called Diagnosis Murder. And he played a doctor at this hospital who also happened to be who also had a habit of solving crimes. And his son played a police officer in the show. And it was quite good. I'm pretty sure Scott Baio was in it for like the first season, I think.
You don't know? That manager woman Juan had.
I'm not sure if I've ever... Oh, she's floating. She's doing a David Blaine. I'm not sure I've ever seen it. I only really know the meme value of Jessica Fletcher. I'll tell you what, I would recommend it. Just a couple of episodes, if you know.
One more thing.
I only know Columbo, One More Thing. That was another thing we used to watch. But my nan used to look after me a lot when we were growing up, when my mum was at work. And so all these sorts of TV shows would be on, you know, Keeping Up Appearances, Doctors, Murder, She Wrote, Columbo, all that sort of stuff. Diagnosis Murder, yeah.
It's a shame she YouTube naughty worded herself, though.
Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impax, Miss Andrews' mentor, right? Feet. Yeah, I know. They like it in this game, don't they?
Yes, that's the one. That Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know.
Married? You mean to Mr. Corridor?
Really? You young kids today don't know anything, do you?
I legally obtained every episode of Last of the Summer Wine. Well, good for you. Good for you for legally obtaining every episode of Last of the Summer's Wine and contributing and helping towards these poor, desperate actors who need their money more than ever right now. I too support the Film Actors Guild. Team America.
That girl Celeste killed... excuse me. YouTube naughty worded herself 3 days after their marriage announcement.
God, was he that bad, was he? 3 days after their marriage announcement? What in the... I only really remember watching Neighbours twice a day at uni once. Yeah. Neighbours is back as well. I was loaded up. I think it was... I want to say Amazon Prime the other day, because I've been watching Supernatural on that. And I saw that they brought it back.
Why would Miss Impax want to YouTube naughty word herself? She was going to get married. Well, that's because...
They're all dead, Dave.
She was thrown away, you see, by Juan.
What? Bit of Red Dwarf there.
But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right?
Has Harold Bishop died and come back to life again? Do you know what? I haven't watched Neighbours in donkey's years. I do remember Harold Bishop, though. I didn't know he had died and had come back to life. I thought that was something that only EastEnders did. Does it feature Kylie Minogue's seat? I don't know. Wasn't she in the last episode, her and Jason Donovan, when they cancelled it? I'm pretty sure they came back for the last episode.
They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, and suddenly cancelled their marriage.
Is that true?
It was in the weekly magazines.
But why? Why did he do that?
That was not in the magazines, unfortunately.
I see.
That night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager Celeste, YouTube naughty worded herself.
You mean flew, like she's doing now? She's doing a magic trick! Hey! How terrible.
I wonder what happened between those two.
I wonder indeed. Alright. Let's keep moving, let's keep moving. March 22, Gatewater Hotel lobby. On that night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. It looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. Maybe she's starting to look old now. I think she's got a new album coming out. Or a new single. Kylie. Look, the magic tricks didn't show up until game 4. Spoilers, Nico! Spoilers! Shh. Oh, actually, Nico, I was I heard some more about the Ace Attorney games coming out in January, and apparently they're going to be like adding some extra bits in there as well. Like I think they're going to do like customized outfits and things like that during the game. I know you can do that on Dual Destinies, because I think it's on that one where Phoenix, you can dress Phoenix up as the Tigra. I think that was his name, Tigra. Oh, God, I haven't played it in donkey's years. But yeah, he had the orange kit, which is a nice little throwback. Just looks like Kylie Minogue still. Yeah, mate, she's aged like fine wine, she has. And fair enough to her, man. Like, she seems like a genuinely nice person. Yeah, I saw that. I love the Tigra outfit. Yes. March 22, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. So I don't know whether they're, because I know, obviously you can do it in that, and but I don't know if they're gonna spread it across the other games as well. It'd be pretty cool if they did. And another thing I saw that they're doing, you know, the Ace Attorney Chronicles games, the ones that are set in the past, they are introducing the story mode version on that one, where basically you just watch it. You don't actually play, but it will actually just go through the motions, and which I haven't done it on the new one, but yeah, literally you can just have it story mode. So you just click a button and then play the game, and it will just play through for you. So it's almost like you're watching a story, which is pretty cool. But then it does take some of the fun out of the mystery solving. So if you're gonna do that, play the game first. But don't worry, we will. It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it does. I wonder if something's happened. You're Mr. On Guard's lawyer, right? Oh, that's pretty neat. That'll be fun if you want to show your kids or something. Yeah, exactly. But and also to encourage you though to play the game and not just whack it on story mode. I think they do it in Chronicles as well, but I don't think you'll be able to get like any achievements if you're just letting the game play through. You're Mr. On Guard's lawyer, right? Ah, yes, sir. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for the On Guard case? We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now? Who is this witness? I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer. Mr. Nick? Between the kidnapper's demand and now this, I can't see any way to win here. Kate Middleton would be my top choice, very attractive. And can I say as well, again, a very, very nice person. Like, she seems very genuine, Kate Middleton. I might do that for the 6th game because the mechanic introduced in that game aggravates me to know. Do you know what? I haven't played a lot of... I'm assuming you talk about Spirit of Justice. Yeah, is it Spirit of Justice? Yeah, because this is Justice for... Oh, yeah, Spirit of Justice. I've got it on my tablet. I'm actually really looking forward to it coming out in January, because when I got it on my tablet, the reason why I purchased it on my tablet was because it was cheaper than getting it on the, I want to say 3DS at the time. And then I went to go and get it on the 3DS recently, and then I found that they shut the Nintendo store on that, and I was absolutely gutted. I've got Dual Destinies on my 3DS, but it's old. It's old, and it's a little bit tired now, and I think it's ready to go to sleep. I think they should be head monarchs now. Yeah, well, you know. To be fair, I don't think we'll be waiting as long as we did for the Queen, for King Charles. 3DS can be hacked easily now, can it now? Fun fact, we actually won our 3DS. We got it on launch night, and they did a raffle, and we won. We won. But I am absolutely convinced that it was rigged from the start, because me and my wife, we would go down there regularly, and we would like trade stuff in to like build up the funds to get it, because at that time we were brokies big time, right? But we were like trading in games and all this stuff, and we would constantly talk about how much we were looking forward to getting this DS. We were going to get this 3DS to share amongst ourselves and get a couple of little games. And on the night that they did the raffle, we were the first ones there, so we had like ticket number 1. And then when they called it out, right, they had a hat, did a bit of a ruffle round, pulled out the ticket, and I swear to God I could see through the other side, and it was the it was the number 14. I swear to this day that was the number, right? And the guy shouted out number 1, and then he's instantly scrunched it up and whacked it back in the bag. Like he didn't show it to the people. He just scrunched it up and whacked it straight back in there. Now I could be wrong, but I used to love the game staff in my hometown when it was here. They were great. They were. We actually went in the next day with a box of Quality Street to say thank you, because it was very nice. It was very nice. Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did? Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention centre, he wanted me to grant you special permission. Okay. What? I've already called them, so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Okay. What's happened there? Whoa. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, sorry, I just had a message from someone. Oh dear. Right, okay. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much. This is such good news, Mr. Nick. Go talk to your heart's content? It sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. I hope if Will does become king, his first act is to string up the gingerbread. Right, do you know what, right? I do have some sympathy for Harry, right? I know he's acted like a right idiot these past few years, right? But what I will say is I feel like he's someone who's being strung along, very much so, and the fact that he is in the position he is now, I do have sympathies. I mean, the lad's got kids now, and, you know, he's got to put that before everything else. So I think he might be reluctantly acting the way that he is towards his dad. I would love nothing more for that than for them to reconcile and get over this stupid drama that they have. Whether it happens or not remains to be seen. But yeah, I mean, I think what we need is another worldwide privacy tour to get Harry to wake up. Okay. No, I don't need to log off, mate. It was just, yeah, I don't really know what to, it wasn't directly aimed at me, but I just saw that. I was like, ooh dear, that's not good. Right, let's go to the detention centre, I guess. March 22, detention centre, visitor's room. I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. So that means that both Mr. On Guard and Miss Andrews are in this detention centre. I liked him when he dressed up as a Nazi. Now he writes books talking about putting his mum's moisturiser. No, don't. Didn't he read his own when the audiobook came out? Didn't he narrate that? Didn't he narrate his own audiobook? I can't imagine ever writing a book. Now, I will say I'm not going to go into detail, okay? But I will say I could write a few chapters on the subject of ring-a-ding-a-lings, okay? Not for the reasons that Harry would, but other things, okay? But I am not going to broadcast that to the world. not in that sort of context. That's on par with Jordan Peterson's Grand Marjorie. What? Do tell. I'm pretty sure I've got Jordan Peterson blocked on Twitter because he doesn't like anons. So I was like, okay. I'm not a horrible person online. I'm not the just because I'm anonymous online doesn't mean that I'm a troll. But Jordan, if you want to lump me in with them, then I shall do the. Actually, no, I don't think I've blocked him. I haven't blocked anymore. But it was more like I'll do that and then I'll get round to it, and I never did. Or it took me a while to get round to it. Okay, let's go with Matt first. Not Moriarty, are you quoting from the book?
Dude, it's Mr. Rad. I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you.
Well, Mr. Peterson has gone crazy. I do not approve of him. Yeah, he's gone a bit off the rails. Anonymous, come on, TCG, don't be coy. Wow. I hope so too. He admitted to having a dream where he watched his grandma playing guitar, strumming the guitar, and the just the wording of it, I couldn't do it justice. I'll see if I can find it. Okay. I had a dream the other night that now, if anyone's seen Moana, right? Is it Moana? Yeah. They did like this short where like it was like a little song, and this like volcano finds love, right? So think of the would be the male volcano from that. If you don't know, look it up, Google it, right? Anyway, I was holding this piece of bread that looked like that, right? And I was feeding it bread. So this bread is eating bread. It then morphs into my son, who then grabs the bread and shoves it down its throat, right? And then I'm trying to like get the bread out, and it literally pushes my hand away and like pushes it down to the point where it starts choking. So in my fever dream, I'm running down. I grab the bread. I run into this other room where my wife is chatting away with people, and I'm like, oh my god, it's choking. I'm like smacking its back because for some reason this piece of bread has a back, right? It wasn't actually my son, not Moriarty. It was a piece of bread that somehow morphed into it. You know, it was all doughy, wasn't it? Right? And then my wife turns around to me nonchalantly and goes, "Oh, can't you just deal with it yourself?" Right? And it was at that moment that I knew that I was dreaming. Like, not the fact that I was feeding bread. Like, I was completely oblivious to that. But the fact that my wife wouldn't help someone in need. That was when I knew that I was. That was when I knew I was dreaming. So I was like, I've got to wake up. DCG is crazy. I'm also very tired, my dude, so you're going to hear a lot more of this tonight. I hope so too. I want to see the one with the Scottish archer girl. Okay. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Corridor was killed by an assassin, and that the assassin's client is this man, Matt On Guard. Text be slow.
What's wrong?
Mr. On Guard. There is something I must know with 100% certainty.
You seem kind of different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer dude self.
Okay. Let's talk about Matt's secret. One time I had a dream where I had a hole in my leg. Very strange. Wife chatting away as usual, TCG being based with this woman just gossip take. About the press conference.
You mean the one where Juan was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai?
Yeah. I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Could you please fill me in on what this secret is, please? Ooh. Wait a minute. No way. I knew this was coming. Oh, we got, hang on, 5. 5 of them. My weirdest dream is, yeah, come on, let's share dreams. Let's share dreams, chap. My weirdest dream is one I've said before, but will say again. I was in a German pub and German man came along and poured vodka on Michael Jackson's grave and sung happy birthday in German. The German man was, oh my god, oh, it was him, was it? Well, to be fair, not Moriarty, he's actually Austrian. Also, I don't know German. Speak to proper horror show, she's fluent. Mr. Nick, don't tell me. Cyclops. 5 of them, though. Hopefully it's as easy as to get rid of as old bags was.
You said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude?
I don't think we can challenge it yet. Okay. Okie dokie, TCG will consult proper horror show. Yeah, my GCSE German is not sufficient. Did you know about Mr. Corridor and Miss Andrews' relationship?
Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. Ah, but I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean.
Oh, I had my first bad date with a German girl. I suggested a nice place. She refused and suggested a bad place. Then she ordered oat milk coffee. Would you like to have a... No, I'm not going to say it.
Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life.
Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corridor. Her mentor was Mr. Corridor's manager. Oh god. I found the JP Grandma Dream, sent it on Discord. Right. Hold on a sec. Right. Did you send it to me personally, or did you send it on the group, like in the actual group? Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Oh, there it is. Right. I'm going to read this out to you. I'm going to read this verbatim, and I'm going to try and do my Jordan Peterson impression. Full warning, it is pretty crap. I dreamed I saw my maternal grandmother sitting by the bank of a swimming pool. There was also a river. In real life, she had been the victim of Alzheimer's disease and had regressed before her death to a semi-conscious state. In the dream as well, she had lost her capacity for self-control. Her genital region was exposed. No, hang on. Dimly. God! Jordan, no! It had the appearance of a thick mat of hair. Oh my god! Why would you write this? No, she was STROKING herself. Thank you for, oh my... Ugh. Absent-mindedly, she walked over to me with a handful of public hair. I'm not saying that. Compacted into something resembling a large artist's paintbrush. She pushed this at my face. Oh my god, Jordan, no! No! I raised my arm several times to deflect her hand. Finally unwilling to hurt her, or interfere with her at any further, I let her have her... You let her have her way. She stroked my face with the brush, gently, and said, like a child, "Isn't it soft?" Oh my god. I looked at her ruined face and said, "Yes, Grandma, it's soft." Oh my god. No! That is the most disgraceful thing I've ever seen written. Ever. Oh my god. My bad date was here. You said, I love that you put that bitch. Oh my god. Her thingy bobs were exposed dimly. It had the appearance of a thick mat of hair. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Mate, talk about clean your room, bucko. Oh my god. Oh my. Even at gunpoint, you could not get this kind of thing out of me. Absolutely not. Great. Well, that's enough living for me. Oh my god. And Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impax's YouTube naughty word note from him. Celeste. Does that jog any memories?
Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. You up for a pizza? My treat.
Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? Is it a kind of pea, like green peas?
Let's go eat one later, okay?
I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop.
How much is 10 quid in real money? That is real money. Not that Monopoly stuff you play with. About £10, yeah, exactly. There you go, Bertie. That's too bad.
Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else, okay?
Quid does not sound real. That's Harry Potter-ish. Nah. It's a quid. It's a quid. Mr. On Guard, are you connected to Miss Impax's YouTube naughty word in some way? Okay. Now what do? Do I present... I want to hear from Thingy Bob.
I don't get it. Why would she want to frame me, dude? I mean, I've never done anything to her, dude.
Mr. On Guard sounds pretty sincere and he seems trustworthy. So I have to find out what Miss Andrews' real intentions are. We've already established that. Old dialogue. Can I... How do I... Yeah, no. I would not admit to a grandma into... No. What do I do then? Okay, well, what I'm just gonna try and move out and then back. March 22, writing co-law offices.
It doesn't look like Mr. Scruffy Detective is here.
Well, he's out there with that camera asking around at all the electronic stores.
Then I'll make some salad for him for dinner.
Aww. Maybe we talk to Andrews first? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back. Because it didn't look like there was a way to switch around in the room. It looks like Pearls really appreciates what Gumshoe is doing for us.
Mr. Nick?
No, we can talk to both. Well, I hope we can talk to both of them.
Mr. Nick?
Yes?
Where is the lettuce?
I don't think I've ever bought lettuce before.
I guess I have to give up on making a salad then.
Aww. Guess the lack of lettuce is kind of a problem. Right. Let's go back. Yeah, okay. Now then, whose story do I want to hear?
Adrian!
There we go.
Oh, it's you.
I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour. But there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight.
Me? I thought your client was Matt.
I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Corridor had on Mr. On Guard. AA would. Right, let's talk to her then. Matt On Guard! Right, I'd like to ask you about Matt On Guard, if you don't mind.
Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean.
You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. On Guard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? Well, the second part is pretty self-explanatory.
That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing.
Okay. About Miss Celeste Impax.
I'd finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I was shocked by her YouTube naughty word.
Flying, that is, Neil. That's what she's doing.
And it's true that when I heard the rumour that Juan was the one who had hidden her YouTube naughty word note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her YouTube naughty word note back, and to burn it. You wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards one. I would never do something so stupid. The YouTube naughty word note, huh? I wonder what it said. Why frame him? Why did you try to frame Mr. Von Guard? Oh, that's simple. Because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But there had to be another way. The police are excellent at doing their job, so they'd figure it out, right? Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Andrews? Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So, please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge. Huh? Did you say something just now? Oh. Oh, okay. 1. Can we do that now? We'll wait, actually. We'll wait. A cyclops. Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy. But you can tell this game is old. Police excellent at doing their job. Oh, you're funny, AA. I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say, revenge. I think you did. Right then. Okay, I think we're going to gleam out everything that we can from them. Let's go back here. March 22, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Oh my god, he's not the witness, is he? Uh-oh. Yes. Mr. Powers. These police are Japanese, that's very true, yeah. Was it like do they have like a 99% conviction rate in Japan for like violent crime? Technically, there's a Japanifornia police. Yeah. What happened? Why are you here?
You see, I got roped into this somehow.
Yeah, he's the witness.
What? And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial.
So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers?
I was talking with the detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home, when all of a sudden, you there, you're under arrest, and I was brought back here.
Oh.
They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something.
Huh. Well, I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious.
Oh, I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime?
I might say yes. Especially if you're not invited. So, about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about?
Oh, I really don't know yet.
He looks like Beastman from X. Yes, he's like a mixture of Wolverine and Beast, isn't he? I always thought more Wolverine, to be fair.
But it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me.
But I do see Beast in it, though. You saw something important? What was it?
Oh, well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said.
What do you think is that lawyer? Oh, who do you think is that lawyer the detective was talking about?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me. Fun fact, when the trilogy was first coming out, the Japanese team was told they wouldn't be coming to the West, which is why they felt okay to include a bunch of Japanese iconography. Ah, that's interesting. Well, I'm glad it came west. I'll tell you what, Nico, I'm sure you'll agree with me with this. After the Apollo Justice trilogy, they need to not only bring out Miles Edgeworth 2, like localise it and get it out here, but release it as part of a two in one, like a Miles Edgeworth Chronicles. And get both of them for the Switch. They need to do that. Apollo Juice.
Yeah, You got it.
Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya and myself are your only two allies in this whole world. But it's all right.
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? Matt on guard, right. This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going. But what is he really like? Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say, it's just a game to justify himself.
What? How horrible. That's unforgivable.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to offend you. But, you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me. One person who won't swoon over him? Go on. His manager, you know? Yeah. Mr. Adrian Andrews. He was trying to knob the manager? You frisky little fella, you. Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic? Giggity gossip. I think they should do that too. I haven't played the second investigation game, but the first one was fun. I have a fan. I do have the second one, which has been localized by a fan group. So hopefully, we'll get to play that at some point. Ah, you see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have this dazzling sort of image, right? I can understand him trying to get biblical with AA. A dazzling sort of image? But aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen. Well, that's true. Oh, hey! So did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her YouTube naughty word? You mean Miss Impax?
We heard something about how her wedding was cancelled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about it? Go on, go ahead. Mr. Powers is so charged up, his skin is practically glowing with electricity. Oh, was that a reference to Blanca from Street Fighter? Because I kind of see the similarity there. I'm still listening. I'm sorry. I had to clean. Well, I'm not sorry, but I was listening. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. It's fine. It's fine. Celeste's YouTube naughty word. Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left the YouTube naughty word note. And they say that Juan went and hid it. We heard about that in court today. There wasn't any actual proof that she had left the note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Corridor?
Why do you figure so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, "It looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man." A truly insidious man? Does she mean Mr. Corridor by that? TCG, thank you for making this investigation part take so long, because now I'm locking up work, which means I can pay full attention to my favourite part. Get in! Get in. Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the YouTube naughty word note. Nearly said it, chat. Nearly said it. I don't know why I'm avoiding it, because this stream isn't monetized. I see. It's a force of habit. I see. Wow, that's some good info. Thank you. You're welcome. Mr. On Guard and Miss Andrews, they're both at the detention centre right now. There's still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything. Hang on, I'm just going to turn this up for you. Hey, Mogu. Oh, yeah. on, guys. Show us your dance moves. Come on. Anyway, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. You tricked me for a second there. I thought my phone was ringing. Oh, yeah, because you've got this as your ringtone, don't you? Mr. Nick, your phone. True mice will go True mice will go full tits while you can. What? What? Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? Oh, true might will go full tits while you can. I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous. Yeah, I know. Am I not going to answer it? There we go. Hello?
We're in trouble now, pal. I'll be back at the office really soon.
What's wrong?
Something really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edgeworth,
Edgeworth?
Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal.
Oh, crap. What's going on?
Oh, I don't know what's going on anymore. It's no good. It's a beep.
Hello? He got cut off. What's going on, Mr. Nick? Gumshoe said we need to go back to the office right away. Then we should hurry back. I'm scared to go back. What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together. Maybe it'll be good news. Somehow, I doubt that. Come on, guys. Let's get back there as quickly as possible. Run! Welcome back, Not Moriarty. It's March 22, writing code law offices, and something's going on.
What took you so long, pal?
Edgy posted to the wrong board on 4chan and they've spurred out on him.
What took you so long, pal? Mr. Edgeworth couldn't stick around forever and had to go.
Well, what happened?
We got him. We know who bought that spy camera.
Okie dokie. Hey? This quickly?
And this bear's what gave them away, pal.
The bear?
I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera.
But wasn't it Mr. Edgeworth that figured? Shh, pause. And? Go on.
There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime.
Don't you say it, don't you say it, don't you say it. Who is it? Don't say it, don't say it. Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room? Chat, I'm looking at you.
Man on guard.
Oh. He is guilty, isn't he?
Huh? Matt on guard. Your client, that's who, pal.
Here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Oh, crap. Yeah, he's banged to rights, isn't he? Come on. Excuse me. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who bought this bear was...
I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear.
A receipt? That's all you have?
Nah, it's not just a receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me, I'm sure I sold that bear to Mr. Ongard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Ongard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Ongard himself.
Why would you do that? Why would you be so reckless as to bowl into a shop yourself, purchase this bear yourself with your credit card, and have the audacity to sign an autograph? You are literally cementing that event in that witness's mind. What a knobhead. My sight is failing me. This can't be. At the direction of his butler? Maybe. Oh, Merg, you still thinking it's the butler? Okay. TCG, what's the most stupid way you or someone in your family got hurt? Mine is when I got my arm trapped into a trampoline gate. Still got a scar forever. I don't really know. I've got a scar right by my eye. We were playing Blind Man's Buff. It was like, I think I was about 7 at the time. It might have even been my birthday party, I think. And what happened was I put the like blindfold around my face, as you do. It was my go. and I could see a little bit. I could see a little bit out the bottom, right? And I saw my brother. He was right by this unit that we had, and so when I saw him, I was like, okay, I got you now. But then rather than continue cheating and walk over to him with a little bit of vision, I intentionally looked away so that I genuinely could not see a thing, right? Now, for those who may not know, I've mentioned this before on Horrorshow stream, but my brother is autistic, like severely autistic. So around that time, he didn't really sort of understand the rules of Blind Man's Buff, where you have to stay in place, you know, almost like Marco. Anyway, he moved. And so I've gone down to reach for him. I've slipped because there's nothing there, and I've gone head first into the corner, and yeah, whacked my head on this unit. And yeah, it's about, I'd probably say about half a centimetre away from my eye, this scar. If I knocked it about half a centimetre to my left, I would have been blind in one eye, because the whack was heavy and it bled loads, so it would have probably punctured my eye. Yeah, so very lucky, but yeah, I should have continued cheating basically. Anyway, credit card receipt. A receipt for $3,800. Proof on guard. Bought a stuffed bear identical to the one in evidence. You would have been the blind man bluffing. Exactly, yeah. Credit card receipt added to the court record. Okay, so we've got a little bit of something we might be able to challenge on guard on with those 5 sight clocks. I've also got a scar on the top of my head as well, from where I whacked my head into a brick wall, having a race with a friend, and our legs got tangled up, and yeah, I lifted off the ground and went head first into the wall. It's like an actual dent in my head. No hair grows there as well, so there's like a little bald patch. The amount of blood. It was so fun. It was actually quite funny thinking back, right? Because my mate saw me. He was like, "Oh, are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And I touched my head, and I was like, "I've got a dent in my head." And then I looked at my hands; they're covered in blood. And I'm like, "Ah!" And so I've legged it into my other mate's house, thinking that he was in there, and he wasn't. Turns out he was out the front with his sister and mum. But I didn't know. My other mate, who I tripped over, who tripped me over, he ran off. I thought he just ditched me, but it turns out he went to go back and get my mum, who it was about a 10-minute sprint, right? And so I'm like panicking, and I sit down by the very wall that just beat me up, and this little kid, bless him, right, he comes up to me and he's like, "Excuse me, are you okay?" And literally I'm looking like my face is crimson, right? And I've looked up and I'm like, "No." And so he's like, "Oh, come with me." And so I get up and I walk into his house, and his mum's got he's got his nan round, right? And I remember this so vividly, right? He turns around to his mum, bless him. He's like, "Mum, this boy's cut his head," right? And she, thinking, "Oh, it's just like scratched something," she goes, "Oh, I'll go and get a plaster." And then I walk in, like blood everywhere, and then she just looks at me. Her eyes just sink, mouth drops, and then she looks at her mum and goes, "Get the towels." And then she comes out, she sprints towards me, grabs me by the back of my head, and like rushes me to this kitchen, right? Throws me head over the sink and is rushing, like washing all this blood away, like get towels around to try and stop the bleeding. Then out of nowhere, my mate comes back with my mum, who bursts into tears, and then I'm like, "You all right, mum?" And then she's like, "Oh my god, my boy, my baby boy!" Like, and they've, of course, the nan's picked out white towels. They're completely red now. Ambulance is called. I'm wheeled away. My head's glued back together, and I've got a minor concussion. Oh. So, what about the spy camera we found?
Ah, that was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for you to file away any evidence.
Let's have it back then. Yeah, that's gonna, yeah, what more than about it. Honestly, man, her face, when she was like, "Oh, I'll get a plaster." I walk in, and she's like, "Get the towels." Spy camera, transmitter, and stuffed bear refiled into the court record.
I know you don't want to give up, pal.
I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Corridor's room was Matt on guard. Why? Why would Mr. On Guard do something like this?
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Corridor.
in one of their rendezvous.
I bet it's not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera.
Are you gonna see him? Mr. On Guard, I mean?
Okay, so 1, head hit wall. 2, everyone's scared. 3, boy comes out. 4, you get inside. 5, towel. 6, that crime mum comes in. 7, hospital. 8, glue and concussion. Yes. In summary, that was it. Yep. Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we will find out next.
Tune in next week for more Phoenix Wright. I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for Pearls. Did you get ice cream for your trouble? I'm pretty sure I did, yeah. I'm pretty sure I did. In fact, I think I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know I did. Yeah, I did, yeah. Matt on God, what in the world have you done? Okay. Oh. Okay, let's maybe go. Yeah, I was thinking go back to jail. But I was thinking maybe just quickly run back here though, see if. Yeah, okay. Because I didn't know whether we were finished or not. Yeah, so let's go back to the detention centre then.
Rightio. You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 p.m., dude.
I don't think I got a scar from it, but I sat on a bee and got stung on my bum cheek, and that's been fine. And that's been the first and only time I've been stung by a bee in 31 years. Oh my God! Right, okay, we're just whipping out the stories tonight, aren't we? Right. Excuse me. There was this one time. So I was an avid footballer when I was younger. Right, I used to love playing football with my mates. Right, it's height of summer. I must have been about 10 years old. So yeah, this is before I had the head injury. Right. It's the height of summer, so it's quite warm. So all I'm wearing is shorts and t-shirt, right? And we're round the corner from my house, and we're playing on the fields football, right? I get the football, and I'm running up, right? I skip past one of my mates, skip past another. It was only like three each, and I was racing towards goal, all right? And I'm thinking, right, I'm gonna score this, okay? I'm gonna bend it like Beckham, right? That's what I'm gonna do, right? Because I'm just fantastic, all right? I get the ball, all right? I wind up to take my shot, and as I wind up, right, this wasp flies up my shorts, right? And it stings me 4 times in the leg. 4 times, count 4, right? 4 times, okay? It then flies out, right? My leg now has just spasmed because of the stinging, right? So that shot's completely gone, right? As it's flown out of my shorts, right? Luckily, it didn't stab me in my 3rd leg, thank God. But as it flew out, it then spun. It then turned back and then gave me one more for good measure on my left arm. And I'm like, 8 wasps. But I did save one earlier, right? I say I saved one. I was talking to my wife outside, and she was like, "Oh, is that wasp okay?" And I look over and I'm like, I can't see anything. And then like after a few seconds, I see there's a wasp and it's caught in a net. It's caught in a spider web. And so I've got over to have a look because I'm thinking, oh, you know, it's buggered, right? Anyway, I go over and I see, and it is just munching the hell out of this spider, munching it, right? So, you know, epic fail spider, you know, but it was still stuck in the web. So I got like a leaf stem or something, and I was a bit worried actually because I thought, you know, I hate wasps, but I thought this thing's gonna get me. But I was wearing a black and yellow dressing gown, so I'm thinking, yeah, it might think I'm one of their own. So I sort of like pull it off of the spider web, and I put it down on the on the wall next to me, and it sort of shakes itself off, and then it flew off. Injury-free on that occasion. They don't even pollinate well enough to warrant their existence, and they kill. But yeah, they do. Yeah, they're assholes. I think it's time you told me the truth.
Relax. Don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk.
Let's go. Let's go. Magatama time. I once did a trying to get around you dance with a bee. It was a Anyone here know what it means? Oh, hang on a minute. Let me quickly go back up. 4 times a leg. You're censoring for YouTube again. No. Not on this occasion. The super gross thing is that I heard my ear crunch. Like, oh, hang on a minute. Or the most stupid, when I rode my bike too fast into a bush and crashed. May sound fine, but I was with friends on scooters and I had my, oh my God. I had my ear run over and it swelled bad and almost had to have it. Oh God. Right, here we go. Yep, full focus now. Full focus now. You're absolutely right, Nico. We're going to uncover Matt's secret. Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Corridor had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed?
I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Wright. I could keep saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a nap.
Don't lie to me.
Huh?
I know you paid close attention to Mr. Corridor, especially on that night. Excuse me. Changes the footage taken by the spy camera into radio waves and transmits them. Could use that. No, we'll play it safe. We'll go with the spy camera. Set to record the victim's room from 8. Yeah, I'll go with that. Come on, let's go. Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Corridor's room the night of the murder.
Secretly film? What?
And then sent the images the camera took with his transmitter. Yeah, okay, yep.
Wow. But dude, where was this camera you're talking about hidden?
Boom, in the bear. The spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. Hey, Mima. Right, full concentration mode here. We've got 5 cyclocks to break. We've just done 1.
Huh. I guess Juan had a few of those kinds of fans too. Huh, dude?
Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan.
You sure, dude? Who else could it be from?
The person who gave this bear to Mr. Corridor was... It was you, my dude. It was you. Mr. On Guard, don't you know this bear came from? Don't you know this bear from somewhere?
I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude.
Aw, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend?
What else did the bear tell you?
Hang on. What's he saying? Hang on. I'm playing like Sooty and Sweep. He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. On Guard.
If I didn't know how you work in court, I'd think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg.
Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet.
Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first?
Here is proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bear. Receipt for 3,000 and gold bought a stuffed bear, identical to running evidence. Let's go with that one. I have here 1 credit card receipt, Mr. On Guard. It's from you. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear.
Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This $3,800? This could be the toothbrush I bought that one time.
A $3,800 toothbrush?
It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles.
Ew. Elephant hair? Is that what rich people use nowadays? Well, apparently Jordan Peterson uses his grandmother's hair, so, well, you know, the rich be richin'. Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? But I'm also like, I would be the older person here without children. So, okay, I'm concentrating. Sorry.
Dude, you should have said that earlier.
3 to go, chap. 3 to go.
So, can I ask you one thing?
Yes?
You're my lawyer, right, dude? So, if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that?
Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you.
Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay?
No, not yet. I haven't asked why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. I mean, of course, it would be strictly confidential.
So, what are you gonna do now?
I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Corridor's room and filmed it in secret... Oh my god, right, The reason you hid this camera in... Okay. It must be... Yeah, okay. Come on, guys, we're doing this.
Adrian Andrews?
There's a rumour going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Corridor were having secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Corridor, you were going to reveal this as fact and turn it into a scandal. Isn't that right?
Dude, you could be such a moron.
Huh?
Oh man, Mr. Lawyer, dude. That kind of scandal? That's the good stuff. That's what we in the industry call juicy.
The good stuff? Juicy?
Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stop paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude.
Too bad that wasn't your intention.
What are you talking about?
I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent. But it wasn't. Hey, Bilbo! You didn't spy on Mr. Corridor because of Miss Andrews. Then there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Corridor's room was this. Do you reckon he was trying to film the murder? Yeah, let's go with this.
Get in! What is this card?
Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelley the Killer. And I'm sure you know of him, don't you?
Shelley? The killer? That's ridiculous, dude. Why would I know some shady scumbag like him?
If you really don't know him, why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mr. Matt on guard. I know why you know Mr. the Killer. It's because you're a hero of No. You're his client. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelley the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Corridor. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt on guard. Come on. Come on.
And here I was, trying to be a good boy for you, dude.
Huh?
I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway.
Mr. On Guard, you really did hire?
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna consult myself, okay?
Consult? Myself?
Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway.
About time for what?
I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude.
Get in.
Whoa! How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt on guard.
Oh, my days. It's Vega from Street Fighter. Let's go for it.
Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have.
You really... So you are Shelley DeKiller's client?
You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you?
What do you mean?
And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself. Trying to stick the crime on me? I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer?
Maverick, that's not Choco Milk. Where did he get that chalice of chocolate milk in prison? Well, there was that one episode of South Park where Cartman managed to get a theme park inside there.
You're lying. What a terrible...
It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on, and let us grown-ups talk about some more adult things.
But why? Why did you hide the video camera and...
A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian.
He knew about Miss Andrews' secret?
But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins.
What?
Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why...
Yeah, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. That's right, that video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Why would you do something so wrong?
Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough for an answer for you, little girl?
He's a bit of a dickhead, isn't he?
Why would you kill Mr. Corridor?
Because he was about to sling so much dung on my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they?
This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Corridor had been able to give it, then Mr. Vanguard's secret would have...
Well, that's what we call taking advantage of a situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Corridor ended up dead.
Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face and people will swallow anything you feed them.
Oh, I wanted to say earlier, because YouTube is so sensitive with this here, you know, wording or what can be said, that I've started just in regular conversation with normal people censoring my words. Have you now?
Adrian fell for it. The assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone, all working their butts off for me. Matt on guard. Oh, did that leave you speechless? What a shame. What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet.
How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Corridor, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone.
Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was that killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a cat nap in my room. You killed Mr. Corridor. I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. But too bad. You can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Oh, but you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do.
Mystic Maya.
You wouldn't want to test a killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you... Phrasing, if you lose. You... Scoundrel! Scoundrel! You scallywag! So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I'd give it my all tomorrow. Remember, Everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. Oh, that's such a cliche phrase. Once there's something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how well things turned out for him now, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do?
And now... Oh, that must be Edgeworth talking. Now you finally found it. The starting line of this case. Edgeworth. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Just like that. March 22, police station, criminal affairs department. This has just got spicy, this case, hasn't it? Well, right. What are you going to do? If you plan on changing your strategy...
No! We can't do that.
That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What? Oh, God, what should I do? That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Right. Only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. I liked him better before he came out as terrible. I know, me too, right? And now, right, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. Okay. Presumably I just talk to him? Mountain Guard, here we go. Right, anyway, let's have a quick look at the chat, because I missed out on quite a bit there. So we got Mima back, hello. Yeah, there's a reason you get threatened into defending someone. There you go. We're well and truly established now. I'm a lawyer. But to fight for someone who is clearly a killer... Matt on guard. Man, that man is really... It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Ironic that you, of all people, should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I've believed my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. But if I were to get on guard and acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? Is this why Wright retires? Does he retire?
That's...
You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. But why? People like you and Francisca von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Hey, I don't think he resigns yet. Or I don't think he resigns. Who knows? Let's find out. Francisca, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all. And that's well and truly buggered. And isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You're so petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you're mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record. TCG, can I talk? Of course you can, my friend. I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless. What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? Then, why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Okay, so I need help with my super duper real homework from year 7. Okay. Oh, pushing the wrong button. Beep, beep, beep. Mr. Nick, the trans receiver. Ask your parents, not Moriarty.
I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you could obtain an acquittal tomorrow? My. What is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time.
Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. On Guard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right?
Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client.
Don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. By the way, I don't speak Spanish, my dude.
I believe you were asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am.
Yeah.
This is what I like to call my aftercare.
What the heck is aftercare?
My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it is a part of my assassin's duty.
An assassin's duty?
We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney. And to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end.
What is your name?
I believe I told you once before. However,
you did, but
my name is the Killer. Shelley the Killer.
You're Shelley the Killer?
Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a Killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain,
Maya,
it would be my duty as an assassin to see to it that she receives a nice, long nap.
No!
Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace this signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome.
Did you hear that? Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Anyway, I don't know what to say. Why don't we have a character profile for the cat? Chat, remind me, what was the cat's name again? Edgeworth. Did you hear that? At the end of that transmission?
Meow.
Huh? Oh, that. Shoo, that's it. Thank you, Nico. It sounded like a cat. A cat? Right, I'm going to crank this up for you guys. Can't be. That cat. Can it? What is it? I think I know where Shelley the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all police units head for On Guard Mansion immediately. All right, you hurry over as well then. Well, hey, look, if you can't handle the heat on Moriarty, get out of the kitchen. We're raving now. It's hype time. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun.
Yeah.
Okay, where do we go now? Where do we go? Quick, move to the... Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Hotel lobby, I think it is. Living room. Go, 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 go. Never mind. Norman Moriarty's a boomer. Keep it blasting.
Maya. Please answer us. Mystic Maya.
We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for him to escape. Assuming he is still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler. All this time, he was the killer. He and On Guard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Ah! What do I do? What do I do? Examine. Oh, here we go. The bear.
Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason.
Figurine added to the court record. A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Corridor? By the way, guys, why are we playing this music so loud? Because it's hype time. Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed here.
Ah, I'm sure that's for Shoe.
Do you think that this came through that little door? This door. It's locked. Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Slam. Slam. Crash. Ah, there's no one here. From the looks of this room, I would say this is On Guard's private lounge. Look at this, right. An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals, and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. We're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found.
No.
But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. Oh my god, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? Do I move? The wine cellar. Yes. Okay. Right. I'm going to turn that down now. There we go. Right. We've searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. Oh, I enjoyed that little rave then. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now, we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Ah, mate. Edgeworth, man. He's solid, isn't he, man? Maya. Do you see this, though, on the floor? Okay. This looks like a picture of Miss Impax. With love, Celeste. Miss Impax? You mean? Yes. Mr. Corridor's former manager. Pictured TCG force-feeding us the beats.
Why would a picture of Miss Impax be in here in Mr. On Guard's mansion?
And why does it say, with love? Huh. This might be a clue. Celeste's photo added to the court record. Found at On Guard Mansion. With love, Celeste is written on it. Hang on a minute. Can I actually look at it? No, I can't.
Ah!
What's wrong, pals?
But please let me see that picture frame.
Huh? What's so special about the frame?
On the back. There's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
What?
I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You'd better get On Guard a guilty sentence, okay?
If you get that creepy slimebagger not guilty, I'll never forgive you. Ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Hurley, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's got to watch out for the helpless lunk. Aww. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. No! Mystic Maya!
Wah.
Right? What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Oh, nothing. We've searched the house, and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us.
Edgeworth.
Yeah, you know, it's possible. It could happen. I mean, you know, when you lose Mia, and already you're kind of, it does open up the other sidekicks for elimination. Yes. As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? Oh my god, I completely forgot about this. I sort her out then. Miss Andrews is psych lock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow to blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, pals. It's time to open that last lock. March 22, detention center, visitor's room. No, don't spoil it, Moriarty. Don't spoil it for yourself. We'll find out. Don't worry. Tickler years. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill.
Miss Andrews, I've come to remove your psych lock. Psych lock? I want to know, and you will tell me your secret.
Fine. Go ahead. Try to break me if you can.
Oh no, Maverick looked it up. Am I streaming tomorrow? I'll let you know at the end. Stick around and find out. Here we go. Maverick, don't say anything. Why frame him? Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. On Guard for the murder?
I've already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer.
No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. On Guard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge.
So you were saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt? And that's why? What an absurd idea.
I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There is something, someone in her past, that would make her take revenge. That would be...
Celeste?
Look at this photograph and tell me how it makes you feel. There was only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge, and that is Miss Inpax's YouTube naughty word.
What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. And she was flying to the moon and back. On top of that, the one who hid her YouTube naughty word note was also Juan. What does all this have to do with Matt?
Yeah, you're right. You haven't mentioned him. Yet. But for you to hate Mr. On Guard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Inpax and her YouTube naughty word.
Can you explain to me this relation between Matt and Celeste?
Yeah. They were in love. Look at this other photograph. This This is a photo of Miss Impax, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. Yeah, Blaine with an... I don't actually know. Is it Eve at the end, or is it... Oh my god. Again, this is what 2 hours sleep does. I can't remember how to spell David Blaine. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impax's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's all right. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Onguard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has finally been revealed. One sight clock. Done. Kurt, not Moriarty. Why frame him? And be honest this time. I can see it. I've got Magatama, love. Come on. Celeste. She was supposed to get married to Juan. Man after my own heart, TCG, indeed. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Corridor didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. Because of Mr. Onguard? What do you mean? Oh, I definitely will, Bilbo. Don't you worry about that. I'm snoozing up right after this, man. I think I can see where this is going. Player. Celeste. Yeah, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. Ah. Oh, excuse me. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why, with love, Celeste. Oh, so that's why with love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. Oh, did you not, mate? Well, I was up until 4 o'clock trying to get this bloody video out. The one part that I thought would be the easiest to edit, I had massive rendering issues. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away. That's so horrible! Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she YouTube naughty worded herself. And that's why I framed Matt. Excuse me. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. Revenge? Why? I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. Oh, I see. So that's what happened. But no, Mima, no she didn't. She flew away high in the sky, did a David Blaine trick. I'm looking suspiciously away at the moment. Then why did Mr. Corridor have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. And Juan couldn't settle for sloppy seconds, is that what it was? He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Impax. That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a YouTube naughty word note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to fly. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt. The ears in the straight shot. The straight on shot, man. Oh, yeah. On the blonde, not the other one, obviously. Am I right?
And it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge.
Revenge?
There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that YouTube naughty word note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course.
Did anyone see that character on the left then? Literally just wearing underpants. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. Didn't know Matt was a bit gay. Hopefully his pride comes back.
I know all about it, because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out all about this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night, when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's YouTube naughty word note.
Relationship counselling could have helped. It would have helped, I imagine.
I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I'd even bought it I'd even bought a lighter. But I couldn't find the YouTube naughty word note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession.
Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me.
It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway.
I can't sleep either. Not with my situation, or with what I know now. To be continued. There you go. And that concludes Farewell My Turnabout Part 3-2 Investigation. We will be back tomorrow for some more live streaming fun. Between 9 and 10, I will have a time confirmed tomorrow. I will have it tomorrow. It's still not over. No, it's still not over. We've still got more to do. So, we're going to be going into the trial tomorrow. Very, very excited. I'm really intrigued to see how Phoenix gets himself out of this one. Yes. Very interesting. But guys, thank you ever so much for joining tonight. Remember, if you haven't already, go and check out my latest video. Released it today over on the main channel. It's the story of Nicole van den Herk, a case that took place back in October of 1995, with a massive, massive shocking twist, which I do encourage that you do check out. I'm very proud of how this one came out personally. Especially with all the issues that I had, the technical issues, which I managed to get around. It's always nice to overcome those. So yeah, please do go check it out. If you know anybody that's interested in true crime, please share my channel, spread the word. Let's help that community grow. We're so close to 10,000 subscribers. I will tell you now, we are exactly excuse me. Oh, it's going down. 151 away from 10,000 now. So let's get there. I'm sure that's just cleaning out some bot accounts, which is all good. But yeah, guys, if you made it this far on the replay as well, thank you ever so much for making it this far. If you're new here, like, share, subscribe, all of that YouTube algorithmically friendly stuff. And we, as I say, we'll be back tomorrow with some more Ace Attorney fun. Let's see what happens in the trial tomorrow. I'm excited. I hope you are too. But all that is left to say is until next time, take care and goodbye for now.